Hey you guys, it's Peter, and I'm back. Of course I'm back. I'm not going anywhere. Boost! Peekaboo. I see you because I'm YouTube famous now. Available summer 2025 and a half BC, the album. Dad, shimmy, shimmy, F. Rock on, gorgeous woman. Boost! How are you guys doing today? Okay. So, there are several videos on this channel that people that have watched me for a long time, the OGers over here, the people that have watched me for a long time that they request on a pretty regular basis. And those videos are the magazine videos where I used to read magazines and just read through them and respond to what I was reading. And then people ask me to do rant videos all the time. Rant videos. They love those. I appreciate that. Thank you. I have so much fun doing those. And then people ask me to do the post office videos and the census lady videos. But nothing's happened at the post office and the census people have not been back. So I haven't been able to make those videos. And then people always ask me to do predictions videos because years and years and years ago, I started doing predictions videos, usually at the end of the year going into the next year. And one year I did these predictions videos and it's like 4 or 5 things that I said in there ended up coming true. It was crazy. Now, I will tell you, I do not consider myself, I don't consider myself a psychic. I'm not an empath. I'm not any of these kinds of things. I don't think. I don't know. Maybe I am. But no, I don't think I am. But, I just kind of like go with my gut. Like, I'm just like, okay, this is what I think is going to happen. And a lot of it's just based on like what I see online and stuff like that. But what's weird is that the things that came true, they actually didn't come true necessarily in that next year. Like they came true like a week or two later, okay? Or a week or two later. A year or two later. They came true like a year or two later. So let me like give you an example, okay? I'm going to make a prediction. Hold on. What prediction should I make? What should be the very first prediction that I am making for 2025. Okay, so I think that my very, very first prediction, that's from my Michaela video yesterday. I think that my very first prediction for 2025 is that I see myself, as you guys are watching this, sitting on a beach in Mexico, is what I think that's my first prediction, is that as you're watching this video, that I see myself sitting on a beach in Mexico, and that's because when you're watching this video, I'll be sitting on a beach in Mexico. So it's actually Thursday, and I am pre-filming this video for Friday because tomorrow morning we are leaving for Mexico, and I'm super, super excited about it. There is a long story that goes into the planning of this trip. We're staying somewhere we've never stayed before, a different area than we usually stay. I'm very, very excited about it. But what's so funny about it is, so that's my first prediction, is that lots of travel, we have lots of trips planned for 2025. Lots of travel in 2025, and that I will be sitting on a beach as you're watching this video. So I'm saying that because I don't know how much I am going to film while we're gone. I will, of course, be doing my daily vlogs every single day on my vlog channel, but I just wanted, you know, this is the thing. I sat down today. I've already filmed like 4 or 5 videos already, and I was going to try to pre-film videos for every one of my channels tomorrow and be like, okay, or the next day, and be like, okay, I'm not going to be filming for a couple days and whatever. And I thought, you know what? I always do that before every trip. I always pre-film all these videos and announce it. I'm like, I'm going to do it on a couple channels. People get the idea. They'll see on Instagram that I'm posting pictures from Mexico. They'll probably understand that, you know, I'm not filming videos at home. So I don't know over the next couple days how much I'll be posting on this channel. I may post every single day, or I may not. Now, another one of my predictions is that some huge drama will pop off because every time I'm gone, some huge, it's usually beauty influencer drama. Although, I think the last big drama that popped off while I was on vacation, if you've watched me for a while, you'll know it's true. Every time I go on vacation, something huge pops off. Jaclyn Hill, that happened when she was coming out for against drama channels and stuff. That was one thing. Then Lashgate was another thing that happened while I was on vacation. The Colleen Ballinger thing literally happened like on my birthday of her like putting out her video and stuff like that. I remember I was sitting on a beach. We were sitting on a beach in Mexico, and I started getting texted. I was like, Colleen Ballinger posted, Colleen Ballinger posted. And so I sat there on the beach and I watched that video, that ukulele video of hers. I looked at my husband and I said, I gotta go up to the room and film this video real quick. But anyway, something always happens. Some influencer world stuff happens while I'm gone on vacation. So my prediction is, I kind of feel like it's gonna be kind of funny drama. I don't really know why. So some kind of funny drama might pop off. But I don't know how much I'll be posting over here. And definitely on my other channels, other than my vlog, I don't know how much I'll be posting. It'll just kind of be like whenever I feel like it. I might be posting every day over here. Usually on vacation, I get up and I film a video, and then it's like uploading while we're like at the beach or the pool. And then I come back to the room, and then like I post the video. So if I do it like I usually do it, then I'll be posting a video over here every single day. But if not, I will definitely be posting on my vlog. My vacation vlogs are some of my favorite vlogs to do over my Peter Vlogs channel. I love to vlog my vacations over there and talk about what we're doing and all that kind of stuff. And interestingly enough, and I'm going to share this on my vlog as well, but interestingly enough, so it wasn't planned that we were going on this trip with other people, but we're going on this trip with other people. So, like, everybody thought, because every year for like New Year's, we go to close to Tulum is where we go for New Year's every year. And this year we didn't go because my husband's friend got married, so we went to her wedding instead. And so everybody, like my cousin, my sponsor, even my best friend, she was like, when do you guys leave for Mexico? I was like, we're going to the wedding. I kept on, don't you remember we're going to the wedding? We're not going to Mexico this year. And so so everybody kept on thinking that. So when we planned this trip, we actually planned this trip like not too long ago. We planned it like, I think it was around maybe the 1st of December or something like that. We planned it. It was when we decided to talk about like giving each other Christmas trips. Because this was like, we were like, okay, we're going to give each other this as a Christmas present is what we did. And so I was talking to my cousin Caroline on, like, she picked me up. My cousin Caroline picks me up every single Wednesday to run errands and go wherever I need to go. And so it was like 2 weeks ago, I think. It was the Wednesday before Christmas. She picked me up, and she was like, now, when do you guys leave to go to Mexico for New Year's? I go, Caroline, we're not going to Mexico for New Year's this year. She said, but you're going to Mexico, because, I mean, everybody in our private life obviously knew. And I said, yeah, and she goes, when do you leave? And I go, we're leaving the 10th. And she goes, oh my God. And I go, what? She goes, I'm going to be in Mexico at the 10th. She's going to be, like, really close to where we are, okay? And she's going down there for a girls' trip for 3 days. I said on my Peter Dosta video yesterday, I said that I had to help Caroline get ready for a girls' trip on Cousin Fun Day, which was true. I did have to help her do that. I didn't say that I had to help myself get ready for a trip either. So then I go to my sobriety birthday. My sponsor and I are driving to my sobriety birthday meeting on the 17th, and we're in the car, and she's like, are you so excited to go to Mexico for New Year's? Because she knows I go to Mexico for every year for New Year's. And I'm like, we're not going to Mexico for New Year's. And she goes, but you're going to Mexico. You told me you're going on a trip to Mexico. I go, yeah, we leave the 10th. And she goes, the 10th of January? And I go, yeah. And she goes, I'm going to Mexico on the 10th of January. So she and her daughter are going to be there at the same time, the exact same times that Alex and I are going to be there, that my cousin Caroline and her 3 girlfriends are going to be there. So it's going to be so much fun. We have like a day club plan for like 2 days. We have day club plans. We're all hanging out together. It's going to be so much fun. I'm so excited about it. So anyway, that's my first prediction of 2025, that I am on a beach in Mexico right now. Don't be jealous. Anyway, okay. So that's my first prediction. My second prediction for 2025 is that David Dobrik will make a return to YouTube. Oh my God, I'm so good. I'm so good. That prediction came true already. Okay, and then my third prediction is that Laura Lee will announce that she's closing Laura Lee Los Angeles. Oh my God, I am such a psychic of the world. Aphrodite, watch out. Ant's a good friend of mine. I love Ant. Hey, Ant, how are you doing? Ant's like a real psychic. I'm not, okay? Like, you know, Ant is like what you order online. I'm like the Wish version that comes in the mail, okay? That's what, I'm like the low-level clearance rack psychic version of a predictions video, okay? But he's like the real deal. So anyway, but that's my other predictions, that Laura Lee's gonna close. Oh, she did? Oh, I already made a video about it and everything? Okay. So we're going to do this different this year, okay? I am going to just read through. So I put it up on Instagram. I actually put it up twice. I'm going to read the second ones first, but I saved both of them. I put up on Instagram, what or who do you guys want my predictions about? And then I'm just going to go through them, and I am just going to like respond to what my gut tells me about these things. So I'm either going to be 100% wrong or 100% right, okay? But listen, you can be a little bit wrong and a little bit right all at the same time. Can't you? I don't know. Maybe you can. But that's my prediction, is that you can be. So I'm just going to go through these, and hold on a second. I just pulled up something on my calendar. So I'm going to go through these, and I'm just going to read them and let you guys know what I think about these things that I got. Okay, so the first one, somebody said dance moms. Are you talking about the old dance moms or the new dance moms? Okay, my gut feeling, and I haven't read any of these before, okay? I haven't gone in and I just screenshot them. I haven't read any of them, so I'm just going straight with my gut. My gut tells me that the new dance moms, if it hasn't been canceled already, is going to be canceled because people are not interested in it. They were interested in the original dance moms, but they're not interested in this one, so it's going to be canceled. Did that happen already? Is it already canceled? I don't even know. Okay. Okay, a lot of people, somebody said colonoscopy, Ballinger, which is what my neighbor across the street calls her, Colleen Ballinger. Colleen Ballinger, what do I think what's going to happen with Colleen Ballinger? I actually don't think a lot's going to happen with Colleen Ballinger in 2025. A lot of people have, like, asked me, like, previously, they said things like, well, the previous ones I did look at. These newer ones I did not look at. But people asked me things like, do you think that she's going to make an apology? No. I think if we were going to get an apology from Colleen Ballinger, it would have happened a year ago. We're not going to get an apology from Colleen Ballinger. I actually don't think we're going to see a whole lot from her. I think she'll sell her house and downsize. I think we will see downsizing in Colleen's life. And I think that she will, in a very kind of snarky way, direct it at what's happened to her. I think she'll make some kind of comment like, well, we have to downsize because you guys know why. It'll be something like that people like assume that it's because of what happened, but she won't come out right and say it, but it'll be kind of like a shitty attitude about the fact that, oh, I have victims that came out with legit allegations towards me, therefore I have to sell my house. She won't say that, but she'll be like, well, you guys know I had a hard year, so we had to, like, downsize, and, you know, but it's good because we need a smaller place anyway because we have so many kids. It won't make any sense, but she'll do it. But I don't think we're going to see a whole lot from her. You know, she's continued to, like, threaten that she's going to go on tour. I don't think she has a following. I don't think she can pack. The thing is, Colleen Ballinger is not going to go on tour if she can't pack rooms, okay? She's just not. She has too much ego and pride for that. So if she can't pack rooms, she's not going to go on tour. We're not going to see a book from her because people will criticize the shit out of it and say that she's not talking about what's going on with her. I'm not entirely sure that she probably hasn't been approached either by a documentary team or for a book on what happened with her. But the thing is, she's not going to be honest about it. And she knows she can't be honest about what happened because she would actually have to address, if she did a documentary, if it, like, people actually did a authentic documentary on her, she would actually have to address the allegations, the text messages, the group chats, the direct messages. She would have to address all that kind of stuff. She's not going to come out and do that. So I don't think we're going to see a whole lot from Colleen Ballinger in the next year. I think we're going to see her vlog hold steady. It'll probably get to about 25, 30,000 views a vlog, and then I think it'll plateau out, and she'll get that on every vlog. And I think she'll just know her new normal is 25 to 30,000 views a vlog, and then she's got the podcast with her husband, and I think that she'll just know that that's what her income is going forward. You know, I said this years ago. I said that Colleen Ballinger. I have changed her name so many times. Colleen Ballinger's career is dying. I said it was dead. It was dying, okay? I think Colleen Ballinger, her career is dead. I think compared to what it was, I mean, she was at the top of her game. She had a Netflix show. I mean, her career is fucked. Her career is dead. For people that want to go back and watch that video, you know, and people want to, her career, what do you mean her career is dead? Her career, ha ha ha, her career is not dead. Girl, seriously? She was getting hundreds of thousands of views a video. She's not, I mean, she's getting like 30,000 views a video, right? So I think what she'll do is, much like other people like Manny Mue and Laura Lee have done stuff like that in the past, when they went through, like, scandals, is that they realized, I just have to get used to a lower level of income. I just have to get used to a lower level of views. And I think that she'll have to do that. I don't think that we're going to see anything huge come out from her this year. I don't think there's going to be anything. I think it's easier for her to hide and make snarky comments, because I think what she realizes is, I tried to make a comeback. Nobody was there for it. I think she thought, because everybody sided with her the first time that Adam McIntyre came out, that the second time she could come out with a ukulele video, and I think she thought everybody was going to live for it. But that's her ego and pride. That's the arrogance that she has, okay? Everybody sided with me the first time. Everybody's going to side with me the second time. Well, that's not how it went down. So she kind of knows that she's just got to kind of play it low level. I mean, I hope that she has diversified her income and that she has invested in things and things like that. I don't really give a shit, if you want to know the truth. I think she's a horrible person. But for her sake and her kids' sake, I hope for her to be able to pay her fucking bills, okay? Because I don't know. Colleen Ballinger might be somebody that we might be seeing hosting the local Walmart real soon. But I don't see that happening in 2025. I think she's got more money than that. Okay, changes in my HOA. Well, I mean, the whole board, the HOA board is changing because we just went through a whole revote about that. So that's all changing. Okay, I don't know. I'll have to think about that one. Maybe I'll make a whole video about that. Taylor Swift will get engaged in 2025. Taylor Swift will get engaged late spring of 2025, and she will set a wedding date out for the following summer. It'll be a year out that she'll set her wedding date. People think it'll be a small wedding. It will not be a small wedding. It'll be a huge wedding, but it'll be a very private event is what it will be. It'll be a huge wedding. It'll be white dress, the whole 9 yards, and all that kind of stuff. And she will marry Travis Kelce. I do believe that. I think they're the all-American couple. I think they are very much in love. When I say this stuff, I don't keep up with this shit enough. People will be like, they broke up yesterday. Well, they'll get back together and they'll get married. I see a late spring engagement for her. I think that Taylor Swift is somebody that kind of plays into, I was actually watching, I'm kind of turning slowly into a Swiftie a little bit. I know, coming off of Colleen Ballinger talking about that. I mean, I love a lot of her music, I really do. And I didn't go to her concert, so I was watching some of the live footage of her Eras tour, and like a lot of her songs, that, her lyrics are really written for her audience. If you listen to her lyrics, it's not really about her life. I mean, it's just not, okay? I mean, she's not this girl that lived in a small town, and, that's just not her life. Go look at her life, okay? I mean, she was in Nashville, she had an agent when she was 12 years old, she tried to get her, had Dolly Parton listening to her music. I mean, her dad moved from what financial company he was working for, Morgan Chase or Morgan Stanley or whatever it was, from New York to, she was in private schools to Nashville. They lived in like one of the best suburbs in Nashville. I mean, her life is not what she writes her lyrics about. And I don't even give a shit, okay? I like her songs. I like her music, and I relate to a lot of her songs. But she plays to the fairy tale that her audience or her fans want her to have, right? So I do think that she'll play into that just a little bit. And I think that it won't be like, she'll make her engagement something that her fans can enjoy too. She'll come on and she'll be like, I said yes, or whatever. It won't be like, she won't try to keep it hidden. It won't like they just go off and get married and then she keeps it hidden. It'll be a private thing, but there will be a lot leading up to it that people are looking at and things like that. I think that she'll have some pretty famous bridesmaids and stuff like that, and it'll be a big deal, I think. Okay, where am I at? Did I go off on this? Okay, so Meghan Markle, I could give a rat's ass about Meghan Markle. I don't care about the royals. I think they're boring, and I'm totally disinterested in any of that kind of stuff. Sister Wives. I think we will see a season 20 of Sister Wives, and I think that it will be the final season. And I think that contractually, Christina's come out and said that she and David aren't going to be on it next season, but I think that they will contractually have to all be on it. I think there's something in the contracts written about, like, they have to do, like, the next season when they're filming it. Apparently, they've already seen Mary filming scenes for next season. They will do a 20th season, but the 20th season will be a shorter season. I think this season is 24. If you don't know, I'm doing Sister Wives reactions every Monday. It's like my most watched videos on my Peter Watches TV channel. People call me a Sister Wives commentary channel now, which I kind of live for. I don't follow all the drama. I just react to the show. But anyway, they will do a 20, so this season is 24 episodes. They will do a 20th season, but it'll be a much shorter season, and it'll be like a recap of everything that's happened over the last, that's every episode of Sister Wives. It'll be a recap and a learning, like what we've all learned from all of this, and it'll end with Cody and Robin, like, and all of them, like, walking into the sunset. Mary living her best life, Christine and David living her best life, Janelle living her best life on the farm with Maddie, and Robin and Cody walking off into fairy tale land together, and unless something happens between now and then, like get divorced or something like that. But that's what I think. I think they're trying to get it filmed before some shit goes down, because I think they know that, this family is completely ripped apart at the seams. Nobody's really that friends anymore except for Christine and Janelle. So, how are they going to possibly film a show with 5 people that don't even live in the same state that can't stand each other? It doesn't even make sense. So I think 20th season will be the last and final season. I think they'll call it something like Sister Wives the final season, or it ends here, or something like that. Trisha, Tana, Brooke, Jeffrey, Jeff, David. That's a lot. Okay, well, let me keep on going. James Charles, when is he going to leave the internet? James Charles will never leave the internet, okay? And James Charles is probably the most protected person on the internet, and it's the most baffling thing to me. I'll be honest with you. People have speculated for years. They're like, well, maybe he's got stuff on Manny. Maybe he's got stuff on JoJo Siwa. Maybe he's got stuff on Tana Mojo. I don't think it has anything to do with that. I think it has to do with what he can do for them. I think that they really believe that he has so much clout that being his friend is more important than standing up to a predator, which I think is really rather fucking sick, in all honesty. But I don't think that James Charles will leave the internet. I think he's lost a lot of relevancy in 2024. I think that we will see... I don't think we'll see a lot of change in his content or what he's doing. James Charles, when you look back at his content, has really never done anything original except for being like the youngest, newest guy that was doing makeup. That's really what his claim to fame has always been, right? And that he faked his way into the Ellen show and used his ring light supposedly and all this kind of stuff. I don't think we'll see a whole lot from that. I would like to see a hairdo change, okay? That hairdo, I am so tired of seeing that hairdo. But I don't think we'll see a whole lot. I mean, he copies what everybody else is doing that's trending. So whatever trends in 2025, James Charles will do that, okay? I hope to God no more music in 2025. Please, James, don't put us through that. Okay, what do I see in 2025 for James Charles? I see, okay, my gut just told me a boyfriend. I see a very public boyfriend for James Charles. You know, I can remember when Jeffree was dating Nathan Schwandt, and James Charles, I said something to him, he goes, I want exactly what, I said, it's almost kind of like you want what Jeffree Star has with Nathan Schwandt. He goes, that's exactly what I want. He wanted to find the straight guy that had never been with another guy, and that's what James has always wanted. I mean, he idolized Jeffree for so long that then, you know, anyway, it goes so far past that. I see a very public, I see a very public boyfriend with James Charles, and I have a feeling it's not going to be anybody that we would suspect. It won't be like a Nathan Schwandt, like out of nowhere, nobody knows who this person is, but it also won't be like somebody that's famous. There will be something surprising about who he dates. I almost kind of like, as I'm saying this, feel like he's dating this person already. But I feel like he'll tease it out. He'll like post a picture here and there. I don't know why my gut is telling me this. Maybe this is because of the tapes that came out, but I almost kind of feel like it's going to be like somebody that he does meet like on Grindr. You know, today, when Grindr started coming out and I started hearing about it, like people would be like, oh, it's nobody meets and starts dating on Grindr. I can't tell you how many gay couples I've met now that like they literally met on Grindr and Scruff and those things. By the way, I've never been on a dating app in my entire life, so if you ever see my picture on one, that's not me, okay? I am so tired. I hope in 2025 we can normalize not using my picture for dating apps for men, women, trying to get money out of people. I'm so tired of that bullshit, okay? I got a whole tab on my Instagram of all the fakes that people have taken my picture and used. But I think that James Charles might come out and share that he met his boyfriend like on Grindr or something like that and make some joke out of it. Like we just met and it was a hookup and then it turned into this. I mean, I think it would normalize him as like what a lot of gay people his age do. So I think that it might normalize it for that. I think he's so afraid of any criticism of dating or whatever. And I think he does have a hard time dating. I think that James Charles is probably somebody that is so scrutinized for being in other people's DMs that he shouldn't be in, blah, 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 that he's so scared to share any of that kind of stuff, and rightfully so because he's never appropriately changed, taken accountability for it, or gotten any help for it, okay? Do I think that he's still doing those things today? I hope not. I hope he isn't. But I think that he'll come out and he will have a very public boyfriend in 2025. I don't see it lasting long, though. I'm just kind of going as stuff pops into my head. I don't see it lasting long. I think he teases it. He teases out like a picture on an Instagram story. And then he teases like something else, like holding hands, like on a plane or something. And then he teases out something else. And then he makes like a public post. And then like 3 minutes later they break up or something like that. But anyway, okay. Make sure you get him to sign an NDA. Amberlynn Reed. Why did I just hear, I feel like Amberlynn Reed gets engaged in 2025. All these people getting engaged in 2025. I feel like Amberlynn Reed might get engaged in 2025. That's what my gut told me. Michaela Nogueira. I just made a whole video about her before I did this, so I don't want to even get into that. The New York Housewives. Oh, I'll do a reality one about that. Okay. Adam McIntyre in 2025. Well, Adam McIntyre is going on tour in 2025. I think that tour starts next month. I think Adam McIntyre is going to have a really successful 2025. His channel is blowing up. It's doing really, really well. I think this is the thing. I remember years and years and years ago when Trisha Paytas, like she sang my praises in a video, right? And I was so thankful to her. And I said, Trisha, thank you so much for mentioning. She goes, listen, I can sing your name out all day long in a video, but you're going to get people to stay. She was like, just because I send people over there doesn't mean that they're going to stay. Because I got quite a few subscribers off of that. She goes, people are staying because they like you. She goes, that's why they're staying. You know, people want to say that Adam McIntyre got his huge following that he had, well, I think it's pretty big, off of the Colleen Ballinger scandal. I remember Adam back in the day when he was doing drama just like the rest of us, putting out videos every single day just like the rest of us, and his views weren't that great and stuff like that. I mean, they were okay, but they weren't like, you know, I mean, they were what we were all getting. It wasn't like he was getting 100,000 views a video. And then the Colleen Ballinger thing happened. But he had a very active channel before that covering drama commentary. And then the Colleen Ballinger thing happened. I think the other thing is that people don't remember that he wasn't the one that initiated the Colleen Ballinger thing. Okay, that was Cody Rance that came out and initiated the Colleen Ballinger thing. I think people think that Adam McIntyre brought it up. Adam just responded to what Cody Rance put out there. And then it became about Adam. Adam got a lot of exposure off of the Colleen Ballinger thing, right? Adam got a lot of exposure off of that. I think a lot of people that had gone through similar situations as Adam McIntyre, they related to him, and I think that they fell in love with him, and therefore the muckers and all that kind of stuff. And I think a lot of people that just liked his attitude. But I think it's very similar to Trisha Paytas, what she said to me. I think that the Colleen Ballinger situation exposed a lot of people to Adam McIntyre that wouldn't normally have been exposed to Adam McIntyre, but I think they stayed because they loved his commentary, because they loved his personality. Adam McIntyre is a perfect example of living your best fucking life and not making excuses for it. And I hope that he has the best 2025 ever. And his mom, Sinead, too. I love her so much. I love Sinead! I love her. She's a mama bear. I love his mom so much. Okay, let's see whatever else is going on. Will TikTok shut down in 2 weeks in the US? I don't see TikTok shutting down, but I do see it changing a lot. Okay. Some serious predictions for a second. So I don't see TikTok shutting down. What I do see happening is, a couple people have kind of told me this, that it might not be available to like download in like Apple or things like that. And if that happens, that means that updates won't be available either, unless you're in other countries. Do I think that people will continue to make TikToks? Absolutely. Do I think that we're going to see a rush from TikTok to YouTube? Absolutely. I have already been putting together a video of some people that I've been watching that are big TikTokers that are trying to transition over to YouTube, and they're not doing very well at all. Their videos are not doing well. They're getting like, I mean, it's sad. I mean, you're talking about people that are getting millions of views of TikTok that are getting like 1,400 views on a YouTube video. It will not translate. It's going to be very similar to what happened with Vine. You know, people are like, TikTok can't die. Vine was huge too. It wasn't as big as TikTok, but Vine's gone. I mean, it's gone. And I think like 5 or 6 Viners were successful in translating their career. I don't think that TikTok will shut down, but I think it will change so massively that you will see tons of people either going to Instagram Reels or going to YouTube. I don't think there will be another platform like TikTok. I think it will change so massively. I think the FTC is going to be a huge thing in 2025. So I have been told by people that I know in the FTC that the first quarter, you have to remember, okay, the FTC is a government organization. People are like, why isn't it happening if it's going to happen? It's a government organization. And government organizations work on quarters, okay? And the first quarter of 2025 is them getting their list together of people that they are going to go after. The second quarter, okay, which would be the spring, is when they are going to put together those cases. The third quarter is probably when they're going to come after those people. So you're going to see this summer, you're going to see huge influencers being mass flagged by the FTC for non-disclosure. They warned it for the last 2 years. They came out last year and they said, we're done with it. TikTok, they are going after huge. If TikTok still exists, people like Michaela Noguera are fucked, okay? People like Jaclyn Hill. I went through Jaclyn Hill. I was actually going to make this video today. Jaclyn Hill, I went and looked. She had 15 Amazon links on her stories from 2 days ago. Not one of them disclosed, okay? That could be $50,000 per link if the FTC decided to do it. Now, they'll send out warning letters, but even if they send out a warning letter, if she messes up just one time, there's a lot of people that do that. There's a couple people that I followed, and I like was looking at them over Christmas, and they were literally putting link, and no ad and stuff like that. I was like, you are really fucking around. Fuck around and find out. Because I'm telling you right now, the FTC is not playing games, okay? This stuff is not like Peter Monn gets in a video and goes, the FTC could do this, and then the next day it happens. That's not how it works. These things take long periods of time. When you go up and you look at the FTC cases that have been filed, some of those cases are from things that happened in like the early 2000s, okay? And they're just filing charges now. It doesn't mean because it hasn't happened, it won't happen. I think we live in a world where everybody thinks it's going to happen like this, okay? That's not necessarily where it's going to happen. I think we're going to see major FTC violations being flagged and being reported and being investigated in 2025. I think it's going to be the huge story of 2025. And I think that TikTok will effectively, it'll change so much. I think YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram will change so much because of the FTC guidelines that people will start doing things in a completely different way. I see a return to authenticity in videos and people just sharing what's going on in their life. I don't see it being so much of a selling point with TikTok shops and Instagram reels and all this kind of stuff. I mean, we used to fault people for doing 2 sponsorships, 2 videos back to back. Now you got people that are linking 40 items in every video they do, and people just don't even think anything about it, right? I mean, every social media person gets on there just to sell shit now. I think we're going to see a complete opposite of that. You know, I was talking the other day about makeup. I was talking about Laura Lee's Los Angeles closing down. And I got a couple comments and people, and I already knew this, people are like, the reason why the beauty influencer space is dying is because nobody can afford $40 to $52 a palette anymore. Everybody's buying, you know, drugstore makeup, which I think is absolutely 100% accurate. Well, I think this is going to stop in just a second. Hold on a second. Yeah, it's going to stop. Hold on. Okay, so when we see that happen and where people can spend their money, I think in 2025, people are really choosing to spend their money on groceries, on gas, on mortgages, and rent because they have to. And the extra money they have, they want to spend on experiences like going to concerts with their friends, traveling, going out to eat, things like that. They don't want to be spending every dime they have on influencer bullshit, especially not plastic mirrors from Jeffree Star. They don't care, okay? And I think that that's greatly going to affect the content in 2025. I think that's why so many people are going to affiliate link marketing, okay? Because it's like, I'm not going to be able to sell you the shit that you don't need another palette of mine, right? But what you do need is you might need a Stanley Cup. So let me link a Stanley Cup underneath there because you might buy a Stanley Cup and then I can make a percentage off of it. I think that's why affiliate linking is so big because people are like, okay, well, I'll do affiliate linking, you know, and then people will see the stuff that I'm using and they'll buy it because they want it for themselves. They're not going to probably buy their 15th palette from me. But I think that's going to be one of the biggest changes we see in 2025. I think we're going to see less selling on all the, it's just so saturated right now. I think we're going to see a return to long form content. I think people are over short term content. I think they feel like they're frying their brains. I think they feel like they're wasting hours of their life. My husband is somebody that loves TikTok, but even other, my friends and my cousin Caroline that roll through TikTok, they'll be like, yeah, I spent a lot of time on TikTok. I think we're going to see a return to long form content and people liking 3 or 4 creators instead of 50 creators, you know? I think we're going to see that in the next year. Will Jeffree Star, hi, how are you? Finally release his memoir, and she said in her most sarcastic voice. I see no memoir of Jeffree Star being released in 2025. This is the reason why, because he is either doing an OnlyFans or he is releasing mature content behind a paywall. If I say sexual content, people lose their minds. I can't say blowjob on video. People, oh my God, Peter Monn said blowjob! So apparently, I don't know. I think what it's going to be is, I think nobody really wants to go and see Jeffree Star getting fucked on camera. Okay, I don't. I know that. And most of the people that I've talked to don't want to either. What do I think it'll be? Is I think it'll be Jeffree Star sitting around. I mean, can I say this? I mean, I'm a 52-year-old man. I think it'll be him sucking dick and jerking a bunch of guys off. And I think people will go over there to see the guys. I think it'll be a lot of, like, good-looking guys. I think that's what it'll be. But if Jeffree Star is really coming out with this OnlyFans or this mature sexual content behind a payroll that might be his own website, like Jeffree Star XXX or something like that, if he's going to come up with that, any editor or publisher in the world would say, do not do this when you're about to release your memoir. Like, I mean, nothing against sex work, and I'm for anybody getting their dime, okay? But that's not probably the smartest time to do those at the same time. He's not coming out with no memoir. If that memoir comes out, it will be a fast fall. It might hit the bestseller chart like at 34 or something like that for a day, and then it'll fall off. Anyway, I'll only be interested in reading it to see if he tells any shit about anybody. If he doesn't tell any shit about anybody, and I'll wait till somebody else has read it. If it's all just about him growing, girl, miss me on that shit. I could care less. Trisha Paytas. I think Trisha Paytas will continue to thrive in 2025. People have been speculating that she's going to be on Dancing with the Stars. She's going to be Dancing with the Stars. If Sheena Shea can't get on Dancing with the Stars, Trisha Paytas ain't going to be on Dancing with the Stars. Trisha Paytas is relevant, but she's not that relevant. Maybe she will be on. I mean, I would be surprised. I don't see her being on Dancing with the Stars. I don't see her doing any reality TV. If she were going to do reality TV, it wouldn't be like a Big Brother or Survivor or anything like that. It would be like a Dancing with the Stars because it'll be something. I think she cares too much about being a mother and raising her kids. It'll be too much. That would be too much time away. I mean, do I see her on Broadway? Yeah, I mean, she's doing One Night with Trisha Paytas. Did she rent out that studio or that space herself? Is that how she's doing it? I don't know. I see more podcasts for her. I don't see Trisha Paytas doing a whole lot huge things in 2025. Maybe like a cameo in a movie or something like that. Not tons. I see the podcast thriving. I see her just kind of like raising her kids and whatever. I see her staying out of a lot of drama in 2025. I think she's kind of tested the waters with that. I don't see her taking accountability for her past behaviors. I don't think her coming out. If she was going to address it, she was going to address it 2 years ago. The podcast is thriving. It's doing well. We're never going to get that video from her, okay? And I don't really think that Trisha thinks she ever did anything wrong to begin with. So if she were ever going to come out and do it, it would be a career-saving moment. She doesn't need a career-saving moment because her career is thriving on her podcast. So she doesn't think she did anything wrong. I mean, I think people miss that about Trisha sometimes. Like, she didn't think she did anything wrong, even though she offended countless communities and slandered people's names and things like that. I mean, she doesn't think she did anything wrong. It was either trolling or joking, or she was telling what she thought was her version of the truth. So she doesn't, it's not lying to her. There's nothing for her to address. She thinks she's in the right. So the only reason she would ever come out and address it is the only time she's ever come out and addressed anything is if she had to save her career. Well, her career's fine, so she's not going to come out and address it. I don't see any kind of video like that on her. I don't see any major drama with her. Maybe like a cameo role in a movie or something. I don't know. I think her podcast will do very, very well in 2025. Very well. It's doing well already, you know? But I see her just kind of focusing on her kids and stuff like that. Are all YouTube influencer brands all going to shut down in 2025? Love you, Peter. I don't see all. People are asking me on my previous questions about, did I see Manny MUA shutting down Lunar Beauty in 2025? I don't see him shutting down Lunar Beauty. I think because he is so aligned with Laura Lee, and she's closing down Laura Lee Los Angeles. If he closes it down, he'll wait till 2026. That's my goal is what I see. I don't think he's selling as much as he has been selling, but I think he's selling more than Laura Lee is. I don't use his lip glosses anymore. It was interesting to me in Laura's video, she didn't use his lip gloss, his Celine lip gloss, or any of his lip glosses. She was like, I don't use lip gloss very often. She didn't use any of his products. That lip gloss by Manny MUA, I don't use it anymore because I don't support the man, because he supports James Charles and Colleen Ballinger. But that is probably the finest lip gloss that I've ever used in my entire life, the Lunar Beauty Celine lip gloss. I think his products are pretty good. I think that Manny is somebody that does not want to go down with a sinking ship. So I think that he'll get out before it's too late. This is the other thing, okay? Like, he could keep the business alive and just not put out a lot of releases. Releases, if they don't sell, are what costs these companies just to keep the company open, especially when it's a family-run. His is literally a family-run business. Like, his parents work for it and stuff like that. So I think he could keep it going, you know, without having to. We might just see less releases over there. I mean, he hasn't even posted a video on YouTube in a month. He and Laura are convinced that short-term content is where it's at. I'm like, you're getting over there a little, like 4 years too late, but whatever. The royal family, don't care at all about them. Predictions for the new Vanderpump Rules. I think it really has to do with the cast. I'll tell you my initial reaction when people started asking me about after the announcement came out was that it's going to fail miserably. But then my second, which in recovery we say first thought bad, second thought good. My second reaction is no, it's going to completely take off. And the new cast will learn from what the first cast of Vanderpump Rules did. Vanderpump Rules was such a social phenomenon though. I don't know. I mean, it was like Jax and, you know, I mean, all of the Kristen and, you know, and all of them back in the day. I just think that, like, you can't recreate what originally was there. I mean, they were just, all of them, just so fucking messy, you know? I mean, I binge watched that show a year ago summer. It was so fucking messy, you know? I think we're going to see a couple of those people go over to the Valley, like Sheena and Lala. I think they'll eventually make it over the Valley. I like the Valley. I didn't like it when I started. And I think we'll see that. I think it'll do good. I think Southern Hospitality will become the new Vanderpump Rules. I started watching Southern Hospitality. The ad just came on. It's starting, well, as you're watching this, it starts tonight on Friday. I think Southern Hospitality will become the new Vanderpump Rules. Okay, celebs launching brands, bored of it. Mr. Beast will continue to do the same thing he's been doing for 15 years. Fashion trends. I see fashion trends going back a little bit to the 80s. I think we're going to see big shoulder pads, exaggerated sizing, and things like that. I think we're going to see a lot of that. I also think that we're going to see, this is going to be like with body image, I think that the like Ozempic craze and stuff like that is going to reinvent this idea. If you remember, like, Calvin Klein back in the day when he had the emaciated models. I think we're going to have like a return to that for a brief moment. I think it will get so criticized. I think in fashion we'll see that for a brief moment. I think it'll get so criticized about the unhealthiness of it and body image and all that kind of stuff that I think it will come and go very, very quickly. I think people in 2025, this is one thing I really do think. I think that in 2025, people will become health obsessed, but less fitness obsessed. And I think it will be more about enjoying your life in the body that you're given, but not overdoing it, but just trying to be healthy, but not trying to have a perfect body. I think perfect bodies are on their way out. I think perfectly, like the David Dobrik, like he's a little late to it too. I think that kind of chiseled body is out. I think we're going to see people just wanting to be healthy and living their best lives. I think that's what we're going to see. I don't think we're going to see people consumed with having perfect bodies. I think that's going away. And I hope so, because I by no means have a perfect body. YouTubers that will get Shane Dawson level canceled. Well, Shane Dawson wasn't canceled because he has 2 homes that are over like $5 million each. I don't consider that canceled, and he has a podcast that's thriving and is able to support his family and things like that. So I don't, what YouTubers that get Shane Dawson level canceled. I don't know why when I just read that though, I was just thinking to myself, I do feel like James Charles will have some huge scandal this year. And at first people will be like, oh, we're not surprised. I think it'll be this. It'll come out and it'll kind of have like a soft launch. Like people will be like, oh, we're surprised by this. And then I think something else, like something from that will come out. I feel like this summer, right as summer starts, like the end of May, beginning of June is when it's going to happen. It'll be like, it'll come out and nobody will be surprised by it. And then like a week later, more will come out about it. And it'll be like, oh shit. It'll be like a oh shit moment for James Charles. I don't see him leaving the internet though this time. I see him staying, but I see him getting like just criticized like shit online for it. I see that he could have a Colleen Ballinger cancellation. Like, I mean, not cancellation, because obviously he still has stuff, but on that level with whatever it is. And I don't feel like it's like allegations of him talking to minors in DMs. I don't feel like it's like that at all. I almost kind of feel like it's friends of his coming out and talking against him. I don't know why. I feel like that's coming beginning of summer. Very, very beginning of summer. Jeffree Star shaves his head. Who'd care? I think he should shave his head. I think that'd be a good look for Jeffree Star. And I also think that if he shaved his head, I think that he could stop wearing those ugly ass wigs by Hair by Jay. I want to know what shit Hair by Jay's got on Jeffree Star. That's what I want to know, okay? That's what I want to know going into 2025. Queen Tammy from the Slayton Sisters. Oh, Queen Tammy. Well, she's going to get her skin removal surgery, but I already know that's what the next season's about. So, good for her. Okay. Will McKelty, oh God, McKelty from Sister Wives, bring back the top hat. She will not, but I would live if she would. Gypsy Rose and Ken, they're done. Okay. Peter Monn, somebody said Peter Monn. I don't know what's next for me. I think what's next for me is, well, somebody, so these are the new questions. I didn't read these. I did read the last questions. Somebody, and I'm going to get off here because I'm going to tie this up so I can get some other videos done and I can get ready for my trip and start packing. My husband will be home here in just a little bit and he can start packing. I think what's for me in the next year is, so my goals for 2025 are this. My goal for 2024 was to live in the present moment. And I did okay with that. I'd say I give myself a 70 to 80% on that. Over time, I learned. My goal is to, in the present moment, ask myself, are you living your best life? So my goal for 2025 is to live my best life, but to ask myself that question in the moment. Like right now, am I living my best life making this video? Absolutely. I'm having so much fun making this video. I'm so thankful for you guys for another year to do this. I'm entering my 9th year of vlogging, which is fucking crazy for me, okay? I looked on there the other day. I've averaged 300 videos a year on my vlog channel. I mean, that's just surreal to me. So I'm entering my 9th year of vlog. I've already started my 9th year of vlogging. I think in 2025, that this channel will be focused solely on drama. I see more self-care for me, and I don't really know how that looks. I see a lot of laughter, tons of travel, and people ask me about a new dog in 2025. So, the loss of Boo Radley has been very, very difficult for both me and Alex. And I've thought really long and hard about this, and I've talked about this on my vlog. There will be a new dog in 2025. And it makes me sad because Boo and Tucker and PP were a little pack that we had, and it's kind of the end of an era. I'm not there yet. I'm not ready to get another dog. I'm not even thinking about it. It won't be till middle of the summer, probably beginning and middle of the summer is what I'm aiming at, or beginning of fall. I think whenever, it will be a rescue dog 100%, and it will be whatever rescue dog speaks to me. I believe that rescues find their owners. So whatever rescue speaks to me will be the next dog, and he will be the new member of our family. And I'm really, really excited about that. I'm just not ready for it yet. I'm still really, really grieving the loss of little Boo Radley. He was such a huge, significant part of my life. I think I learned so much from that little guy, not just in 2024, but in the 15 years of his life, you know, that to wake up every day and just to make somebody's life happy and to put a smile on somebody's face, or to make somebody think, you know, deeper about things, which I did with Boo Radley. I just watch him, you know, look at things and be like, I wonder what the little guy's thinking about. Or, you know, I just look at him and he'd have this funny look on his face, or do his flips on the bed, you know, or get so excited about a treat. And I think that that's really what life is so much about. And I really learned so much about that little guy, that everything that I learned from him and our other dogs, you know, Tucker and Pee-Pee, that I really want to carry that in 2025 and just live the best life that I possibly can. And part of that is the ability that I get to make videos every single day on these channels. And sometimes I make people laugh, and sometimes I make their day brighten up a little bit, and sometimes I make people think about things a little bit harder, and sometimes I piss the hell out of people, you know? And sometimes I just make people smile. And all of that is okay. And I feel so blessed to get to do this every single day, and I can't wait to do more of it in 2025. You know, in May, I'm coming up on my 9-year anniversary since I started my booktube video. I mean, it's surreal to me. 9 years that I've been doing this. I've been doing this for a long time, you know? And in September will be 9 years on this channel. So those are some exciting things to look forward to. I'm changing a lot. I love my Peter Watches TV channel. I'm having so much, I love all of my channels, but starting that new channel has really kind of like reinvigorated me on my other channels as well. They all kind of flow together. I speak about the same things on all my channels. I think we know that. But I'm excited about I'm sure some sad things will happen in 2025. Some difficult things will happen in 2025. I'm choosing not to go into 2025. My husband and I both talked about this, living in panic and fear, but living in hope and optimism, and living in the moment and enjoying each moment that we're given as much as I possibly can. And I hope the same for you guys. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.